Let's talk about it. GP Explorer 3. The event was phenomenal. Truly the best event I'd ever been to and might ever go to, at least in terms of creator events. Because I think if you were to like if I'm objectively saying who's making the best events in the States, it's like, you know, the most successful at getting people all in one room together is probably Cutie Streamer Awards. I've run a few events that are pretty successful, like Streamer Games. Bro, this is a different level. This shit is a different level. Did you see the photos? I lived it. I lived it, and I don't believe the photos that I see from it. Oh yeah, this one right here. This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. This is insane. It was literally bigger in person than the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna go that far. I understand where your heart's at. It was a big event. Let's dial that down a bit. Let's dial that down a tad. Why do you think these foreign streamers can do such big events? Okay, I know what your intent is of your question. It sounds like you're hurling a slur. Why do you think these foreign streamers are getting all these people in a room? I get what you're saying though. Why is it seemingly more feasible for creators in Europe to create such large events? Because there's GP Explorer 3 and then also Ibai's boxing event, which are the two biggest events. And then also the Sidemen charity soccer match, right? Those three they're probably the biggest live stream events from creators, I think. I don't know if I'm missing one, but I think that's probably the three biggest. And the question is always like, why? I think the answer is really simple. There's probably like, it's a layered answer, but the simplest answer, bro, is America is big. I mean, that's the biggest one. America is just so fucking big as a country. Dude, America is the size of Europe. The United States is the size of Europe, okay, with nowhere near the density. So for the French people, like the creators who attended, who live in the north, at least, it's like a pretty short drive for them to come to this event. It's a fucking 3-hour drive, not even from Paris, you know? If you did this in the States, where do you do it? Where do you do it? You know, where not only can you get all the creators to show up, but you can also get, you know, tens of thousands of people to show up. I don't think you can do it in LA. I don't think LA has, you know, 80,000 fans ready to go. I think you could do it East Coast, maybe. You could do it in like maybe like a Virginia, maybe Texas, maybe. You could maybe get, if you really tapped into like the colleges there. But like, it's tough. It's tough. It's just a big ass place. It was 200,000 fans, by the way. I don't think it was 200,000 fans. I'm not trying to start any controversy here. They had 200,000 tickets available for sale. But I don't think, like, if you say 200,000 fans, it implies that nobody bought a ticket for Saturday and Sunday. It was 200,000 tickets across all 3 days. So I think some people doubled up on tickets. I imagine at least one person doubled up on tickets. I think it was 80,000 tickets were available Saturday and Sunday, and 40,000 were available Friday, and the whole event was sold out. So in total, that's 200,000 tickets. I imagine a lot of people bought tickets for the whole weekend and just stayed there. Not to look, it's still fucking 80,000 people, but it's not like 200,000 people specifically showed up. I will say I knew it was packed when we tried to go to McDonald's after the event on Saturday, and the McDonald's had a line out the door. The McDonald's in France had a line out the door. Okay. The best cuisine you can get in France, a Royale with cheese. They don't have quarter pounders because they don't know what a pound is. So their big thing is a Royale with cheese. The Super Bowl had 65K. This is for sure more IRL. Maybe it's possible. I guess it depends on the Super Bowl, but I think there's also a big influx of people that go to the Super Bowl city that don't go in the actual Super Bowl arena. But look, this event was huge. The Super Bowl is bigger. We can just say that. Like, we don't have to fucking. We can still look at this event and think it was a massive event without having to be a little fucking insane with our comparison. It was not as big as Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is bigger. We can say this. This is not controversial. But anyway, you are bigger than Patrick Mahomes. I think I can bench more than Patrick Mahomes, but maybe that's just because the way his body looks. No shot? No shot? Bro, he's like 31 or some shit. I'm 30. I forgot. I genuinely forgot. Holy shit. I genuinely forgot. That was the first time it's ever happened. I genuinely forgot. Fuck me. Okay, never mind. Am I older than Patrick Mahomes? I'm not, right? Patrick Mahomes is 30. Holy shit. I'm older than Patrick Mahomes. Holy shit. I'm 2 months older than him. Oh, this was such a bad start to the stream. What a bad start, bro. I'm 2 months older. Oh my God. What would you rather be? Okay. What is it? 3-time Super Bowl winner? One of the best QBs in the league right now? Or the 9th placing racer at GP Explorer 3. Who's got a better resume? You tell me. Who's got a better resume? Anyway, the event was insane. I figure the best thing we can do is go over some of the clips from the event, starting with the stream itself. Now, apparently, I was not featured heavily on the stream. But there is somebody, shout out Sanjo Panjo, who made a compilation of my moments throughout it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll take a look there. But I guess before we jump in, we should go over format. Did everybody watch it live, by the way? Did you guys all watch it live? Some people were confused in the format. QD was hella confused in the format. I think she just never watched racing, to be fair, so she was a bit confused. But basically, it was split into 2 days. All right? The event was 2 days long. Saturday and Sunday. Now, this day is really the only thing that mattered. Like, Saturday was just for funsies. It was a practice day. And it, like, you know, if you win the race that day, it's cool. But it didn't really matter that much. But both days went through a pretty similar format. Where in the morning, you would do time trials. Okay? Time trials is how you'd start every day. And the time trial was broken into 3 different phases. Phase 1 was the group stage, where 2 groups of 12 turned into 8, which turned into a group of 16, which went down to a group of 10. And then that final group of 10 would do a race. And whoever had, you know, the fastest time would be the first position in the actual race. So that was the format. Pretty simple. Okay. So can you basically make sure you are in the top 2/3? And then if you can, you'll make it to the final phase. And then, you know, based off the order of your positioning, that will be the order that you start the race in. Okay. The actual race is after that. And Sunday worked the exact same way. The only difference was it was 16 laps instead of 8 laps. It was just double the length, but it worked the exact same way. Do you mean qualifying? Yeah. Is that what they call it? In French, they called it qualification, which I guess means qualifications. In my head, they're time trials because you don't qualify per se. Like, everybody makes the race. It just determines the order that you start the race in. I don't know if in actual racing you qualify for the race itself or if you just qualify for starting position. I haven't watched a lot of actual racing, to be fair. Yeah, it's your pole position. F1 was this at the same time. Yeah, apparently there's an F1 race in Singapore, and on Canal Plus, which is a paid channel in France, it had less viewers than the Channel 2 presentation of GP Explorer 3, which I thought was kind of funny. Obviously, it's paid, and there's a lot of other countries that are watching. So, but anyway, that's how the race worked. So I guess before we jump into the actual race on Sunday, we should talk about the lead up. So the training for this event was me flying to France 3 times in the span of 3 months, 1 week each time. The first time I ever touched an F4 car was at a track in Dijon-Prenois, which is where they make the mustard. That's basically all the city is known for. It's known for, I guess, 2 things. It's known for the mustard, and it's known for the track that looks like, if you see the track from space, a penis. I'm not just making that up either. Here's the track. This is the track. It looks like a, you know, maybe your penis. Yeah, I got big nuts. I got big, huge nuts. My balls are fucked up. Yeah, I got fucked up big balls. So anyway, this is the first time we ever raced, me and Michael. And by the way, I love this track. I like it way more than the track we actually rode on. But this is where we practiced. None of this was filmed, really. I filmed a bit of it, but I never posted a vlog of it. But we spent basically, I think, maybe 3 days on the track learning how to drive. And then went back to the States. Then we went back out to France again last month. And that's where we recorded the vlog that I uploaded like a couple weeks ago. This vlog here. That's where I uploaded this vlog here. And this was at the actual track, which is in Le Mans Bugatti. It's in Le Mans, France, which is known for their 24-hour track. And it's their smaller, the map's kind of cool if you look at it. Le Mans track. So Le Mans is way bigger than the actual track we drove on. And when we first went out, I thought we were going to drive on Le Mans because everyone who I said to that we were driving at Le Mans was like, oh my God, that's so cool. What a famous track. That's where they do the 24-hour race. The red outline is Le Mans. This little nub in the corner here is what we actually drove. This gray outline. So it's a big difference. It's a pretty big difference if you look at the size of Le Mans Bugatti and then actual fucking Le Mans. We drove basically one straight. That is pretty much all. We drove the equivalent of one straight, almost straight, I guess, that people do in Le Mans. Which, by the way, was a good thing because this track is fucking 13.4 kilometers or some shit. If you spin out over here, it's gonna take an hour to get that car towed back to the pit. Like it would be insane. We are not cut out for racing actual Le Mans, which is why we did Le Mans Bugatti. So anyway, last month we did a training session there, probably like 3-4 days. And if you guys watched the vlog, you would know that I had a simple goal of reaching a time of 1:04XX. Right. So basically hitting a time in the 1 minute 40 seconds somewhere window, which I achieved, I think, on my last session. I eventually got a 148.98. And I think Michael got a 147, which for reference, kind of dog shit. Well, we can call a spade here. That's not good. It's kind of ass from a butt. At least compared to the other drivers. Like the other drivers were averaging 145, maybe 146, and the good drivers were 142. So I was struggling. I think in part due to how slow the track is. I couldn't drill into my head the importance of not gassing early, leaving a turn. That your exit speed was more important than having a higher entry speed or having more speed through the turn. I just couldn't grasp that concept for a while. And so then this week we flew back. We arrived Tuesday morning and we had basically 6 days of driving in a row. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We drove every single day. Some days more than others, but that was the plan. We drove every single day. And I got a lot better. In that time. I cut down my PB. I think my PB before the race started was a 146, like a low 146, which I felt pretty good about. And I was able to reproduce consistently. And I think, honestly, the racing sim helped a bit. Like that stream that I did where I used the racing sim, I think that low-key helped a little bit. It also fucked me up a little bit. It also hurt me in some aspects, but it helped me on the turns that I was struggling on. I learned that concept of sort of like keeping that exit speed. It hurt me really bad on this turn right here, which we'll talk about later. Basically, the sim is just completely wrong. Like how it feels in real life is polar opposite from how it feels in the sim. So I had brought habits from the sim to real life, which made me slower at this. But it was enough to improve my time overall. Check my comment on that video. It has 120 likes. Okay. No, I'm not going to search through the comments right now. There's a lot. It's not even visible here. I would have to dig through it.
My favorite racist
you didn't even say what your name was. Is it this one? It's such a privilege you get to drive in Le Mans. I don't know why I'm so happy for you. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. We did a bunch of training. I got my time down to 146. All right. We vlogged this entire thing, by the way. We'll have a vlog come out soon that I think will be pretty awesome. And then
sleeping in the car's bed prepared you for this moment.
The car's bed is what prepared me. And then disaster struck. So if you don't know much about Le Mans, if you ask a French person what they think about the city, they will make this face. It's not looked upon very fondly. It's kind of like Kokomo, Indiana. Bakersfield, California. It's a bit of a throwaway. And so one of the things that make it not the most ideal place to live is the weather. There is not phenomenal weather to be had in Le Mans. Specifically, it rains a lot. Now, the Friday before the actual weekend of racing started, it was dumping, which was actually a good thing because it allowed me and Michael to practice driving in the rain for the first time ever, which I quickly found out I was really bad at. I was really fucking horrible at it. I didn't know this. When it rains, you basically have to unlearn everything you've learned ever and do the exact opposite. And if you do what you've learned, you will spin out. Okay, what the fuck is even that about? What the fuck is even that about? Apparently, the sections that you drive on, the line, right? The ideal racing line that basically every driver will take, some, you know, give or take a few degrees here and there, general line at some point. They leave rubber from their tires, which is really good when it's dry out because it adds a bit of stickiness to the road and more grip. When it rains, it soaks up all the water and then it makes you just slide out instantly. Like not even fucking trying, you just slide out instantly. Yeah, it's like driving on marbles. So you have to take a brand new line. I was horrible at this. In practice, I spun out 4 times. By the way, this is the day before the race. The last session I ever had, I spun out 4 times. I went deep into the gravel. I had like a horrible spin out. I don't think I have the footage of it yet. It might be in the vlog, but I had a horrible spin out. I went 200 feet into the gravel. My car was fucked up. Bro, it sucked. It was stressful. And so I was hoping that it wouldn't rain come Saturday. That was my hope. If you watched Saturday, that is not what happened. That is not exactly what happened. It rained a lot in the morning. We did our qualifications. It was dry out during the qualifications. We were sitting in our car at 6 p.m. waiting to go out, and it started raining while we were out there. It was dramatic. It was some serious drama. Now, I figure we can go over some of Saturday. I have some footage from it. I think first off, I have the qualifications. Let me see if I can find those. So in the qualifications, I was actually fucking nasty. I haven't seen this footage yet, so I don't know how good it is. Oh, shout out. This is my mechanic. His name's Bruno. He was my engineer. He ruled. We became fast friends. Is it a still image? It's a still image for 8 minutes? It's dead ass. Okay, whatever. Anyway, the Saturday qualifications went great. I ended up placing 7th overall, which I was very impressed by because I think the expectation was that I would finish average, if not below average. And I was the 7th fastest going into the sprint race. And as I said earlier, it had a sudden rainstorm right as the actual race started. So here's me, stressed to shit, sitting in the rain, because I'm remembering how the day before I spent most of my time sitting in the fucking gravel because I was so ass at driving in the rain. You have to do the brand new lines. You have different tires on. Your braking zone is earlier. Your brakes have to be held long. Everything's different, bro. And I just didn't have enough reps. I had no confidence. I had literally 0 confidence going into this. Why umbrella if you have helmet? I think there's other body parts that can be affected by rain. I think rain is more general than like specifically attacking just the helmet. It hits everything. The car too. The car doesn't have a helmet. You look terrified. I think that's just my eyes. So anyway, we're in the car for a while. We're getting all situated. We're in this car for like fucking probably 30 minutes total. And I'm going through mentally what I need to do. And then if you guys didn't watch the race, this is the Saturday sprint race where it's raining out. The track is wet. I'm in 7th position, which is a really good start. It's a really, really good start for the race. If I'm able to just hold my position, I will finish this race top 10, which is when this happens. Now, normally you're not allowed to pass from the starting line. You stalled? No, I did not stall. That is not what happened. There's this, I don't know what causes it. I genuinely have no idea. Guys, you can tell I didn't stall because the engine's still running. When you stall a car, the engine turns off and you turn the car back on. What happened is I couldn't change my gear from neutral to first. And this happens sometimes. It's happened to me before. I don't know what causes it, but basically the car will not shift to first. It just doesn't work. Like I'm pressing the paddle. I have my foot on the clutch. It's just not shifting to first. That's when it's an anti-stall. So usually what happens, because this happens sometimes, is your engineer's nearby, you're in a practice session, they kick your back wheel. If they add a bit of like momentum to the car, that allows it to shift. Me, I started fucking panicking. I kept trying to shift. I turned the car back off and on a few times. Eventually, I think you may be able to see it in the camera, I started physically shaking the car with my body. And after like 20 seconds or whatever it was, I was able to shift it into first gear. But because of that, I went from starting position 7th to 16th. Yeah, you literally see me trying to shove the car, which ended up working. I went from 7th to 16th, which is because I was so lasered in on the rain that I didn't put my car into first while I was there with the engineer, which I should have done. I should have done that. That's what I should have done. I should have started the race already in first, but I was so focused on the rain that I didn't think about it. Now, normally in a race, when you do the start of the race, we're doing 2 warm-up laps. At the end of the 2 warm-up laps, we all go side by side and we start the actual race. And if for whatever reason you stall at the start, you're able to catch back up to your position. So I don't think you can hear my comms, but my guy right now is in my ear saying, okay, Ludwig, it is time. You've fallen 9 positions. Let's pass some people and try to catch up. So I go to pass here. I get fucking flicked off by Theodort. I believe this is Theodort. I go to pass him. He fucking flicks me off, passes me back. Mind you, I'm being told. Oh yeah, here it is.
Mais putain, il me laisse pas passer.
Oh, you can hear us. You can hear us.
Tu peux passer à droite tranquillement. Attention, smooth, soft.
So okay. he's saying you can pass on the right. Be careful, smooth, soft. I go to pass.
Mais putain, il me laisse pas passer.
And I go, well, fuck, he's not letting me pass.
Ne prends pas de risque, essaye une nouvelle fois la prochaine ligne droite, sinon c'est pas grave.
And he says, don't take any risks. Let's try it again on this next straight here. If it doesn't work, it's not a big deal. Yeah, there was a glorious rainbow. So I'm like, okay, understood. I go for another pass. You know, bear in mind the tires are cold, the track is wet. I'm trying to do it safely. And I'm in a fucking war to get my P7, which I earned back.
Oui, vas-y. La double, c'est bon.
He's saying that, okay, good. You can overtake. Keep going. So I'm going for another pass. The issue is on all the straights, everybody's fucking gassing it. So it's not super easy to pass.
Ok, Ludwig, on va garder la position si c'est pas possible, ok? Un tour supplémentaire via une safety car.
And then he says that. He says, we're going to hold this position. And I'm like, what do you mean we're going to hold this position? I'm P7. I'm in P fucking 15 off some bullshit. Let me get my P7 back. Now, here's the issue. It turns out that I was actually not allowed to pass people. Normally, at the start of the race, in the starting laps, you are allowed to pass people and get back to your position.
Il faut passer encore, non?
And here I'm saying I'm supposed to pass right now, right?
Non, terminé. Le départ est donné. Sous safety car, pas de dépassement.
And he says, no, terminated, not allowed. It's a safety car lap. You are not allowed to pass.
Garde la position.
Hold your position. I'm not, at this point, I'm fucking tilted. I'm fucking tilted. I'm like, what do you mean? We literally talked about this at the briefing, this exact scenario, and I was told I am allowed to pass to retake my position. That's what I was told. What I didn't know is that they did not start this race normally. If you watch a sprint series, because the rain, they were very concerned. I keep asking. I'm like, can I pass?
Est-ce que je peux passer là?
Can I pass here? He's not answering me.
Non, pas dépassement.
And he says, no,
safety car encore.
no passing.
La course est lancée derrière le safety car. Plus de dépassement. On va attendre que
no more passing. You have to be behind the safety car.
Je suis baisé?
And I go, I'm fucked?
Non, la position, elle est figée. On doit attendre que le safety car rentre au box.
I'm fucked. I got fucked. I basically got fucked. Now, here's the reason I got fucked. I did not get fucked because normally you're not allowed to pass or whatever. I got fucked because they changed the rules because of the rain. From a normal start to a safety car start. So what this means is the first 2 laps actually count. And although the procedure is almost identical, we follow a safety car for 1.5 laps. The safety car leaves. The leader is now in charge of the pace and the rhythm of all the other racers. You're not allowed to pass anyone until you pass the line. Although it's the same exact, basically ritual, because it's a safety car lap, in these laps actually counts because of the rain. You're not allowed to pass in these. Normally, you do 2 warm-up laps that don't count, and I could take my position back. But because these laps count, I'm not allowed to. And I didn't know they were doing this. I think they made this decision last second because of the rain.
Okay,
I did not know this, and I asked other racers. They did not know that these laps counted either. Nobody knew these laps counted.
I can pass?
No, before the white line. And after attention in the turn one, probably you have another car, lose the control in the front of you.
Didn't the engineers know? No, because my guy in the radio told me I was allowed to pass, which he was wrong about. So he told me in my radio at the start, you can pass, and then amended what he said the second warm-up lap or whatever, the second safety car lap, and said you cannot pass anymore after presumably he was told by somebody. So, bro, it was confusing for me. And I'm sitting there, I'm fucking confused. I did not understand that these laps counted. I did not understand why I couldn't pass. So I asked fucking 8 times. I'm like, can I pass now? Can I pass? Can I pass? Can I pass? Every time, nope, you cannot pass. I was like, what do you mean?
No overtaking before the white line on the straight pit, okay?
So, although I did amazing, and I'm really proud of how well I did in the qualifications, like 7th overall, I thought was really, really good. I got my personal best, I think fastest time ever. Like, I think I got a 1:45 in the qualifications. Like, I did great. I lose all the advantage. I'm now P15, right? You know, worse than average. And I, for a reason I didn't know until after the race, not able to take my spot back. Now this fucking tilted me.
The race is start now. La course lancée. Attention T1.
This fucking tilted me, bro. I was angry, bro. I was angry. I was tilted. And the issue is when you're angry and tilted because you think you deserve to be at a certain spot, you do too much.
Okay. Release the brake. Put the first gear for
so I instantly spin out. Because my head's not right, bro. My head's not right. I'm fucking upset. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not even able to do the race because I cannot believe how much I was just fucked. And so I go from P7 to the moment the green flag is waved, I think 23. I think I am P23 at this moment. I think the camera stops when you don't move for too long. So anyway, I'm now, I think, like P23 or something out of 24. I'm like close to dead last.
Okay, jaune, on ralentit. Jaune, on ralentit. Slow down, please, slow down. Next corner.
Who's 24th? I don't know. I have no clue at this point. I only have my own POV and, you know, the life I led at this moment, which is fuck this bullshit. Cause here's part of the thing that really pissed me off. This was such a Mickey race, right? Because the rain, which is obviously unlucky, because the rain, there were spin outs galore. Right. Like we can see just in this fucking one lap here, I had spun out. There was that other person who spun out. There was that person we just saw spun out. There was those 2 cars there spun out. Like so many people spun out that we had to suspend the session, do safety car laps. And I think of the 8 laps we did, 5 laps were safety car laps. 5 laps were basically erased from the actual race. It was really a 3-lap race, you know? And so if I started in P7 and all I did was just fucking stay on the road, which I think would have been easy enough to do. And I'm not just talking out of my ass here because Hootie, who was in P8, did exactly that game plan. And I think ended the race P5, maybe P4. Just simply staying on the track and having a good enough start position. So I was really tilted at that. And it was only when we eventually had a red flag where I had to basically fucking sit myself down and be like, okay, what actually matters? Does getting a Mickey Mouse result that shows you being 8th in the sprint race, okay, the Saturday race that doesn't actually matter, is that more valuable than making the most of the opportunity, right? We've already done the fuck up. We've already been hoed by this rule change we did not know about. So is it better to fucking pout about it, overdo the driving, spin out, you know, potentially ruin my car for tomorrow? Or is it like have a good fucking time? So I try to have like a mental mind switch. You can see me fucking waving at people here.
16e?
And I'm trying to basically just fucking reinvent my mental. So I think at this point I was in 20th place. We're red flagged. We do a safety car lap. And I think I'm eventually in... What the fuck happened here? What happened? The camera spun? Oh, there's a different POV. Can you swap POVs? Wow, I didn't know there was multiple angles. What the fuck? That's fire. Well, anyway, I was in 20th place.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this
I
lap.
think during the second to last or possibly last lap. I was in 20th position overall. You can literally see the other 3 cars behind me, and then I think one person had been DQ'd from the race.
Okay.
Like, these are the only people behind me. And I was actually very proud of myself because I was able to go from 20th place to, I think, 14th place overall in literally 1 lap. I think this lap right here, which maybe is the last lap, I climbed 6 pole positions. Thank you for the subs, boys. Tequila O'Neill, thank you. Tenacious Aussie, thank you. Anders so brave for that pass. Okay, yeah, the Spaniards are to be feared. So we passed 1 there, obviously.
Yellow flag.
Spit out there.
Reduce speed now.
You can see these people are on my fucking tit, just on my ass. There's another spin out. We get another position. So we're kind of even because we got passed by 2 people. We passed 2 people. So I think we're still P20 here. I don't know the difference between pole positions and positions. I just say what I think sounds right. I'll probably be wrong. Aren't these dudes lapping you? No, no one's lapping anyone. Because think about it. The fastest racer is maybe 10 seconds faster than the slowest racer per lap. And we were safety car for half of this race. So you would have 3 laps. It's impossible. Even if you were doing like a 2-minute, 10-second lap, 30 seconds slower than leader, you still wouldn't get past. How did Michael do on this race? Michael started 12th. And I think he initially was doing quite well. And then he got hit by somebody.
You guys are going to be the first passer.
Yeah, this is so far it looks like it's just really the standings that we saw initially.
Yeah.
Not so much people like intensely climbing.
No, Michael! No, Michael Reeves!
No, Michael is spun out!
Oh, we spoke too soon! We should have blessed it even harder!
He eventually got hit by somebody, which led to him ending, I think, 20th overall. Oh, we got red flagged again. I forgot about that. We got red flagged again. I think I'm 22nd here or some shit. This race was really a Mickey Mouse race. And that's what I was telling myself to feel better about it. I was like, it would be cool to end at a high position, but like, I don't think there's a lot of skill involved in this race because of how many safety car laps we had and how many red flags we had and basically how much the rain dictated what happened. I think it was a lot less, you know, racers' abilities and a lot more, hey, don't fucking spin out in the rain and you're fine. Is this safety car? This might still be safety car. I genuinely think there was 5 safety car laps. You can see there's only 2 people behind me. I think there might have been 2 retired cars, so I think I'm in 20th position here. Do you know your times? I don't know my times. No, you'd have to like actually time it. The time, I mean, the fastest time in this race is very slow compared to what like Carchez would normally do because of the rain.
Okay, green flag, big drop.
All right, so I think this is the lap. This is the lap where I go a little beast mode.
Attention to the left.
That's an easy pass all day.
Okay, great job. Let's go.
I take this because I was thrown off. I don't get in any position. This is legal. Track limits? No. If there's a yellow, you are allowed to go off track limits as long as you don't gain any time from it. And you hear my radio guy? He's saying pass on the left, pass on the left. I don't know what the fuck I just said. I just go, bleh. When do I start passing, motherfuckers? Come on, baby. Get in this bitch. Oh. So this is Michael. That's Michael right there. He got hit by Subway, PLK on the right here. PLK hit him on the back. He spun out. And I think this is the last lap. So I've passed 3 people from no skill of my own. I've literally passed them just by sheer virtue of them spinning out.
Holy shit.
I get cut off by PLK there. You pussied out. I pussied out because that's the line. And if you drive on the line because it's filled with gum, you're going to slide out.
Go. Overtaking, Ludwig, double. Okay, braking. Perfect.
And I figured I'd have an opportunity later, which I just showed I did.
Pas de dépassement, Ludwig, pas de dépassement jaune.
And then he's saying right here, yellow flag, you're not allowed to pass.
On réduit la vitesse à droite, on passe à droite, attention.
And there's the finish. So that was the race. I literally gained 6 positions, okay. Passing 1 person and then passing 5 people who spun out.
Race is finished. Good job. The race is finished. Stay in this position, please.
So that was day 1. It didn't go exactly how I was hoping it would go, but it wasn't the worst experience. But it was a lesson that I will never forget, which is have your car in first always, instead of having it in neutral and then changing it to first. I basically, from that moment on, because usually what they do is a minute before the race starts, they have you turn on your car. I stopped listening to them. If they would say turn on your car a minute before, because the issue of having your car in first for a minute is that you have to push down the clutch for a minute, which is a pain in the fucking ass. So instead, I would just turn my car on 15 seconds before in first with the clutch push down. That kills the gearbox, but okay. Dude, shut the fuck up. What are you, the fucking mechanic working on these cars? What are you doing here? I don't give a shit, bro. If the car explodes the moment I leave the track, I do not care. If I hold the clutch down for 20 seconds so I don't risk not being able to get out of neutral, I'm happy with it. Anyway, then we get to Sunday. Now, Sunday's actual race day. It works exact same as Saturday, where we have 3 qualifications, 2 groups of 12, which goes down to top 8, then 1 group of 16, which goes to top 10, and then our final top 10 race. Now, the good news is Sunday had beautiful weather. The bad news is I was a little bit risky. I was a little bit risky with how I was driving. Not in the sense that I was like driving recklessly, but I was taking a long time to heat up my tires. This is me mentally driving to Cam's mom's house. You can see me locked in. I'm getting there fucking hella fast. I was visually driving through. Not visualizing driving my fastest lap, but specifically visualizing leaving the pit. Because the pit lap is the weirdest lap of them all. The pit lap is a very weird lap because you leave with the coldest tires, with a cold track at not your regular speed. So like that first lap is the one that I really wanted to rehearse in my head. You're even simulating G-forces. Yeah, I'm simulating because you move when you push the brake. Is there traction control and ABS? No, there's nothing, bro. So Sunday, I start driving, and I took it real easy. Were you nervous at this point? I was almost never nervous in the car, no. Because I had a game plan. I knew what I was trying to do. Is it fun to drive? Dude, it's so fun. It is one of the most fun experiences I've had. It's just very fun to drive. So when you start the day out, the sun doesn't come out for a little bit. And so the sun hasn't had a lot of time beaming on the track. So the track's a bit colder. Your tires heat up from friction. So if you haven't, slammed on the brakes, then your tires are going to be cold. Basically, you have to spend a good amount of time heating up the everything, right? The tires to make sure you have more traction going into everything.
Welcome back.
So I took it very easy. The way it works is we all have 16 minutes to get the fastest single lap time. It doesn't matter if you get one fast lap time and then, you for the rest of the 16 minutes or whatever it is, you're slow as shit. As long as you get one fast lap time and you're in the top 8, you'll move on to the next section. You can see me waving everybody on. Can the tires get too hot? Not in this. I mean, maybe if you're fucking driving in Abu Dhabi or some shit, that's a concern. I think the brakes can get too hot. The brakes can get too hot and then they can stick. But I haven't run into tires getting too hot. I'm sure it is an issue probably at F1. So let me see if I can find my best lap.
Big time!
Okay, I think that was our lap. I think that was our lap right there. So here we are basically like 14 minutes in or something like that. And I talked to the guy on the radio, and at this point I had not qualled. So again, it's 12 racers, top 8 qual. Keep the inside. Wait for it. Gas all the way down. Pedal to the metal. Just kissing the vibrators. Okay. Down a third. Cut inside. Gas it out. Beautiful. Probably could have gassed earlier. It's okay. 5th gear. Big brakes down a third. Slow on the first turn. Really crank it on the second. Cut across if you can. Nice. So I spent 14 minutes heating up my tires. I was in 9th position. I had 1 lap to basically fucking clutch or be booted from the lobby.
P5, Ludwig, P5 pour l'instant qualifié. On attend le reste du groupe. P5. On ralentit.
Did I do
et
it?
on retourne box.
And I'm asking, did I do it? And my guys tell me,
Is that enough? Was that P5?
He's saying P5.
Yes, P5, but we must wait the other car. We must wait on the other car.
But we have to wait.
Flag.
Because there's other people who haven't finished behind me who could, bump me out.
Let's go! Let's go, baby!
Now I pop off because I drive by this monitor, which doesn't really show well on the camera, but it showed that I had qualled.
Let's go!
I was so pumped, bro.
Let's go, baby! Last lap! Woo!
I was so pumped, bro. It was genuinely the last lap.
Okay, Ludwig,
you know, like you fuck up anything, it's over.
Pour le public, parfait. Merci.
Let's go!
Our whole door was popping off. That's dope.
Big time!
I'm waving out. I'm feeling myself. And so I've qualified to the second round, which is the round of 16. So 16 racers are all going to be on the course together. Top 10 will move on to the final qualifications.
Let's go, baby!
Did you choke? Quite the inverse. I clutched out of my mind. So now let's go to our second qualifications. So we almost go right out. Like there's no time to chill. I get back in my box. I have to sit in the car the whole time because I was group 2 and because this second race is with everybody, I'm instantly back out. Michael also qualled. And I basically went with the same strategy of taking some time to warm up my tires and really like feel some comfort on the race course. I started to push a little bit earlier than the previous session. Let me see if I can find the clip. So I decide to start a little earlier on this one, right? This is the second qualification. It's 16 racers, top 10 move on, which I think would be very impressive. I was able to do it the day before, so I was hoping to repeat. And I was pushing earlier because I didn't want to risk waiting for the last lap to qualify again because it's a bit risky in a more talented group. So this lap, I'm pushing as fast as I can when I spin out. So I'm going around, and I hadn't really been totally gassing it on this section, but I decided to gas it, and I'm not even entirely sure. Maybe I hit the pedal too quickly.
Ok, Ludwig, allez, moteur en route. On repart à droite, on repart à droite. Allez, ok, Ludwig. Regarde s'il y a personne arrive. Hey, let's go.
But I spun out. My driver's or my coach he's telling me, okay, just wait.
Il reste un tour.
And he says right here,
Il reste encore un tour.
There's only one lap left. There's only one lap that remains.
Droite. Allez, ok, Ludwig. Regarde s'il y a personne arrive. Hey, let's go. Parfait. Il reste un tour. Il reste encore un tour. Il faut faire un temps.
And he was basically like, you have to get a time on the board. You have to get a fucking time on the board. Because I think I had like fucked a couple of laps by going off track limits. If you go off track limits in a qualification at any point, that lap that you are currently doing doesn't count. And the next lap you do doesn't count. It erases 2 laps. I think the logic is you could have a higher exit speed if you were to break track limits. So you can't count the next lap. So I basically like, I had done that. I had spent some time warming up my tires, and then I had spun out. So I don't even know if I had a time at this point. I think, okay, he told me I was sitting in 9th at this point, but with enough people left to race where I could easily be knocked out. So I basically had to fucking clutch up an awesome time. And then this was the final lap right after my spin out. Max speed, good turn, staying nice on the right, 3rd gear. Nice exit, looks good to me. Holding some brake into this turn. Nice. Oh my God, I almost went off track limits. Oh, holy shit.
Yes, P5, you are qualified. Qualify, Ludwig, well job.
Boom! P5 again. P5, this time I'm P5 out of all 16 drivers, by the way. These are the top 16 drivers. I had the 5th best time out of all of them. I believe I got like a 1:45.2 or something.
Let's go!
Popping off again. Popping off again. And I clutch it yet again on the last lap, bro. I was clutched this day. We have to go directly from this qualifier to the final qualifier. Now, this qualifier, I'm going to say, this was a bit unlucky. This is our last qualifier. It's the top 10 drivers. Whoever gets, you know, the best time will be starting in position 1. Whoever gets the slowest time starts in position 10. Now, normally we get 16 minutes out on the track. And you can see I leave around like the 8-minute mark, right? but you can see that there's not 16 more minutes of video to be had. Because on my fastest lap time, I started to notice something on my camera, which was a hint of rain. I was getting a hint of rain on my camera. So I spun out on one lap, and then I tried to drive again to get another good lap, and then they hit us with a red flag. Yeah, you can see it started to rain. And the issue with rain isn't that you're not allowed to drive in the rain. It's that if you're driving in the rain with dry tires, it's going to really fuck you up badly. So I just lost control of my car there. I got passed. I decided to go for a fast lap, which I actually think would have been a pretty decent time because I was really pushing my car, getting way more aggressive with my turns, way more aggressive with my gas. Wrong audio. Good looks. I was actually doing really, really well in this lap, to be honest. They might have counted that as an infraction. Sometimes they're generous. Track limits? Yeah, that is track limits. But they don't always count it. Sometimes I get away with murder. We lost a bit of control there. I'm like, okay, this is a good lap. Finish strong.
To the left. Sorry.
And then I lose control.
Pas de problème, Ludwig. Allez, démarre le moteur.
I was so mad. Because it was actually a really good lap. But the issue is that little bit of rain made me lose control when I went over the... Because these little colorful pieces are made of plastic. So even though it was barely raining, just that little bit of water.
Pass to the left. Sorry.
Very late comms. I don't think the comms mattered. I saw the car was there. I was trying to go on the left.
Pas de problème, Ludwig. Allez, démarre le moteur.
So I ended up finishing. I think my time was quite slow. I think it was the slowest of anyone who finished. But there were two racers who didn't actually even finish. So I ended up, I think, 8th overall because two racers had so many track limit infractions that none of their laps counted. And then we cut the session early. I think it was only like a 6-minute session. So I ended up 8th overall in the qualifications for the final race. And I guess we can watch the final race now. Should we watch the stream highlights or should we watch my POV? Maybe better to watch my POV, no? So here it is. You know the first thing I'm doing is putting my car in first gear. Now, there was a huge wait at the start because SCH's engine, you guys probably saw that. SCH, one of the drivers, had a bunch of smoke flying out of his engine at the start of the race. He just had an engine failure. And so they literally, over the course of 30 minutes, did an entire engine swap while we all waited in the pit. Because that happened, although the weather was very nice, we started the race the same way we started the previous one the day before with 2 safety car laps. That counted. It was the turbo. I see. So these 2 laps counted and you weren't allowed to pass during them, and it wasn't a normal race start. The mechanic was crying after, bro. It was beautiful. It was fucking beautiful. So we were in the car for like a clean hour just sitting. And I think, is this the actual start? Yeah, so here's the actual race start. Or no, sorry, this is still a safety car lap, I think. Yeah. So it's supposed to be a 16 lap race. It actually is a 14 lap race, again, because the first 2 laps counted because they did a safety car start. I think it was a call the director made.
Green flag.
What you normally do is you start in groups like 2 columns, and then you would all drive out like fucking neck and neck on each other's asses right next to each other. And I think the course director was terrified of like a 20 car pileup right here. Instant spin out from Onder.
Okay, excellent.
Here I get passed by Max Biaggi.
Tu repasses, Ludwig.
I repass his ass. I say, no, Max. We have another spin out. I believe that's Theodore. You were trying so hard to defend. So part of the issue with this race, and it's no fault to the people who run it, but we spent a lot of time learning how to drive F4 cars. Very little of that was anything to do with racing. So we were told how to pass people in a briefing on Friday. Because when we're doing practice, sometimes you end up passing people, sometimes you end up blocking people, but for the most part, they wave these blue flags. And if you see a blue flag, it means let the person behind you pass. And people try to respect that. So basically, we had 2 days where we were told, hey, fucking, this is how you pass somebody.
Left in this corner, please.
And I think right now I am in 7th position because I have passed Onder and Theodore, who are 2nd and 3rd, who both spun out. Then we are back in it. And there are basically 13 laps that separate me and the end of the race. So I'm currently in 7th position because I started 9th. And I passed 2 people who spun out.
Race my race, I'm the master of the car.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. You're going to hear that a lot. I said, I am the master of my car. I said it every lap. I said it every lap. I'm not even being sarcastic. It was basically like a way to keep me mentally focused on the race because it's a pretty long race. It's like a 30-minute race here. And there's a lot of things that happen during the course of a race. You can see there's a lot of people behind me itching to pass. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of things that happen that throw you off. So now I have a new problem, which is that I have Anna and Onder behind me. This is right behind me. These are 2 of the fastest racers in the whole group. Like, I think Onder he got the 2nd fastest qualifying time. I think Anna had a bit of an unlucky spell, but it was also crazy fast. Like, these racers are a lot faster than me. Anna had car damage, so I believe she couldn't go as fast as she could. Really? I didn't know about that. So, like, my fastest time I've ever done is 1:45 seconds. I'm very happy with that time. The fastest time Onder has ever done is 1:42 seconds. So, there's just, like no matter what I do,
Ludwig, 9 lap, you're
over
9
the course of 10
position,
laps, like, he's 30
the time
seconds
it was
faster.
better. You can.
How often do you check the mirrors? Constantly. Constantly. Because you have to. Like, the issue is not checking the mirrors, is just setting yourself up to fucking die. So you can see their break point is way later than mine because they're going for a pass there. That was dicey. I did not see that. Holy shit, that was scary. Look at they're having a war behind me. The only reason that I'm able to hold this position for as long as I did, because if any of them were individually behind me, they would have passed me by now, is that they are fighting amongst themselves, so none of them are able to pass me. This view's insane. Yeah, I didn't get to see this view. I mean, like, a little bit looking through the mirror. If you're wondering what's in front of me, the answer is nothing. There is literally nothing happening in front of me because I got passed by Max in Squeezie. I had to go slower in that, and then everybody else in front of me just has way faster times. So the difference between my finishing position, which was 9th overall, and 8th overall was 28 seconds. They were 28 seconds faster than me. I think Onder might finally pass me soon on the straight. So Onder finally gets a nice lead. It's Onder and Bagado. We lost Anna somewhere along the way. Onder has a faster car, or a faster exit, I should say.
Amber to the right. Attention,
So
Amber to the right.
on the right. And then I run into this fucking situation again where I'm on the straight. I have somebody on my right. I can't go max speed because I will clip him. So I slow down. But the issue with that is because I slow down, Bagara gets to keep her speed and I get double passed. I don't know really how I would do it differently. Like, I just don't have the knowledge. But it's just a fucking pain in the ass. Maybe I just have to take the inside before they can take it from me. Don't lift. I could not lift and then take the turn and then I guess stay more inside. But ultimately, here's what I'm thinking. I don't care about keeping Onder out. Right? Like, can I keep Onder out for maybe another lap? Maybe. It doesn't matter. I care about finishing this race intact without spinning out. If I'm able to just hold my position, I will get top 10. I don't think no matter what I would do, I would be able to hold Onder off from like beating me out over the course of 8 laps. I don't think it's possible. He's much better than me at driving. His times are much faster. He would eventually do it. So I could have been more aggressive, but I had the logic of we had a great starting position, P9, or I guess P8. Let's just drive our race and we will win by not fucking up. And see, that's the strat right there. That's the strat right there. That's the strategy. I think that was Bagada, I believe. So again, I don't need to pass people from being out racing them. If I just stay on the track, I will beat people. +1. I believe this is Leia in front of me. And I believe that I'm lapping her. So she allows me to pass. I think it's the only time they really wave the blue flag, which is the flag to pass, is when you are lapping someone. Because there's no reason that you should ever be interfering with someone who's a full lap ahead. It's just... So that wasn't a +1 there. Formula is dangerous, so honestly, it's a bit surprising that this is even allowed. I suppose they prioritize safety over everything. The safety is a huge part of this. I mean, they really hammer home all the safety aspects of it. But, like, to be clear, I don't feel like this is that scary. I know it looks scary, but, like, we have done the equivalent of...
Excellent, Ludwig. 6 tours à l'arrivée. 6
I think
tours
probably
to go.
12 training days. Each training day maybe is like 4 hours of track time with an additional like 2 hours of like coaching time each day, and then maybe an hour each day of like safety review. So, you know, it felt like we were well equipped to take care of ourselves. This is how Max Verstappen used to feel. This is me being the white Verstappen. Instead of P1, I add a 0 at the end though. How did P9 get so far ahead of you? Well, a part of it is they're all just faster drivers than me. And I was not... you can hear it again. Hold up, I won't speak over it this time.
That's my car.
You can barely see it. I'm the master of my car. I think part of the reason they got so far ahead is because I had to slow down on those straights, which was like a huge time difference. And then I did not have the speed to catch up. So like if they're consistently doing 142s and I'm doing 140, you know, if they're doing 143s and I'm doing 146s over the course of 13 laps, I'm just going to end up falling behind by like 30 seconds. So the fighting slowed me down and then I don't have the speed to catch back up. Do you use a different visor because of the low sun? I think the visor was all style, like the choice of color. I'm sure you would use a tinted visor for the sun, but I don't know if my color is the best. I will say the sun fucked me right here specifically. I missed my turning point almost every time for the first 10 laps because I just couldn't see it because of the shaded part. But I don't know. What makes this event really cool is that these are some of the biggest French, not just streamers, but like YouTubers and musicians, like creators.
Last lap, Ludwig.
So I don't know if I could get 24 Americans to all agree to do this because it's a big ask. It's like, I don't know, the equivalent. You got to fly somewhere. You have to do 3 different weeks of training. It would be hard. Like, I don't think I can get Jinxie, Summit, and fucking Stable Ronaldo to agree to this. I think I just said I'm racist. What was that? What was that? What did I just say? Did I just say I'm racist? No risks. Yeah, I think I had gone a little close to the track limit there. So I said no risks because I literally see nobody behind me, nobody in front of me. There's no value to being 5 seconds faster or 5 seconds slower as long as I just finish the race. Dude, this was very sad though to see. I didn't even notice that. Holy shit, the smoke show. That was sad to see. Squeezie in the gravel. Oh my God, that was sad. On the last lap, bro. Did the neck foam help?
Let's go!
Bravo, Ludwig. Congratulations. Excellent, excellent, guys. I'm happy for you.
Not too shabby.
Let's go! Holy! Let's go, baby! Merci, les gars! Let's go!
They had all the, they call them commissioners. The people who wave the flags lined up waving
J'ai fini
at us.
laquelle position?
P9, P9.
P9! Trop bien, merci les gars!
9th overall, bro.
Allons-y, merci!
I think Honestly, I'm very happy with how I performed. I'm very happy. Even the race on Saturday with the rain where I didn't get to start the car on time and then I ended 14th. I'm even happy with like bouncing back from that mentally. I think I did super well in the qualifications. I got 7th and 8th, 9th in the race. So top 10 in all 3 of those. I think it was a strong showing, especially for the expectations that I had of myself and then other people had of me going in. Because I genuinely think I was the 3rd slowest or 4th slowest going into the weekend. Like going into that week from the last training session. So anyway, it was fucking hype. Shout out Squeezie for the event. It definitely made me, it inspired me for the events that I do. Because he does a lot of shit I don't do. I will say, bro, he takes care of the people that show up to his events way more than I do. He flies them out business. Brother, do you know how many Air France miles I have? I have enough Flying Blue miles from the free business class flights that I got to France that I can get a business class flight for free. That's crazy. That's insane. He left us with like little gifts every single day, which was really sweet. That we would go in. We were fed. Nah, dude, it was awesome, man. It was awesome. I could not thank Squeezie enough for inviting me. Honored to be a part of the last race. And honestly, hope he does another. Hope he does another, bro. I know he said he won't, but it would be sick.
Si vous repérez une faille dans le truc, ou à l'inverse, que vous avez une bonne idée, peut-être que vous dites ça pourrait être bien intégré là-dedans. Ludwig! Hey! My P7. P8?
P9.
I don't remember.
Fuck.
Thank you, my friend.
Me by 2.
Mais il parle français, pourquoi je parle en anglais? J'en sais rien. Ludwig. Et d'ailleurs, les gars, les inters, c'était incroyable de les avoir sur ce projet. Ludwig et Michael Reeves sont 2 zinzins de l'espace, mais pur et dur. Vous allez voir dans le vlog d'ailleurs, notamment lors d'une séquence yoga. Ils sont hilarants de malade.
We did yoga. Dude, we did a yoga segment. That shit was funny.
Un peu plus timide, on va dire que c'est showman, que sont nos très chers Amerlocs Ludwig et Michael Reeves. Mais c'était vraiment, tout le monde s'est vraiment marré. C'était vraiment cool. Tout le monde s'est mélangé et tout. J'étais trop content.
Everyone did get
C'était
along.
vraiment bien, les gars. Et Ludwig, coup de cœur, les mecs, il est vraiment hilarant, cet enfoiré. Il est hilarant.
He's
Et c'est un gros
hilarious.
trader, hein, ça c'est bien. Il a fait une belle perf, hein, d'ailleurs, Ludwig. Il a fait une très belle perf, hein, les gars. C'est vraiment un boss. Hein. Alors qu'ils ont eu un peu moins, je crois, de sessions d'entraînement que les Français. Une en moins, je crois. Donc, non, il a été vraiment, vraiment beau.
Shout out Squeezie, bro.